This is a message from the government of Finland.
Dear Mr. President, our country is not too famous, but anyway, welcome to the most white country of Europe, a real winter wonderland. It will be spectacular. Our people are the most determined of all the world. That's why we have invented a completely new word for that meaning. It's sisu. It's fantastic. On the west, we have a problem. It's called Sweden. Total pussies. Worse than the Mexicans. They think that we are lightweight, but we are a conscript country. They aren't. We also study their language. We're smart, really smart, smarter than them. Our country has the one and only original Santa Claus. He lives at Korvatunduri, around the Arctic Circle. A great guy, a great indeed. Through the years, we have had many great presidents. Nothing compared to you, of course. For example, Urho Kekkonen, a true tough guy. Our 11th president is a woman, Tarja Halonen. She is not in the office anymore, but we remember her because she looks like a Conan O'Brien. Our language is the most complex language in the world, even more complicated than the crisis in the Middle East. We have over 2,000 forms for a single word. Don't worry, we speak English because we have the best education system that God ever created. We got Moomin World, it's the most famous. You can meet there big, fat, majestic creatures. You can grab the by the Moomin. They're great, you should see them. By the way, they're not KKK. Finland actually has summers. Finns are so proud of their short summer that we will burn huge bonfires for no apparent reason, but we love it, even though we're great. Small but great country. We hate our politicians. We laugh and cry at their stupidity. We're not sending there our best. They bring lots of problems. No common sense. We split our east border with big old Russia, but we are not in NATO. We are rich, but they're too expensive. Their deals, total catastrophe. See, we're not pussies. During Easter, we eat food called mammy. It looks like but it's undescribable. You should try it. There are many outstanding things in Finland, like reindeers, northern lights, archipelago, and many beautiful women. I guarantee you, our understanding beyond measures that we accept America first policy. But can we just say Finland second? Oh, by the way, we have this place called Nurmijärvi. It's coat of arms. Looks like 7 Trump's heads. They are huge fans of yours. Goodbye.
Engineers in Finland are engaged in a groundbreaking project. They are building the world's first permanent site for disposing of nuclear fuel. The facility will need to contain the hazardous waste for up to 100,000 years. That's how long it takes for radiation to decrease to a level at which it's safe. The accident at Fukushima forced government officials around the world to rethink their approach to nuclear power. France is a global leader in nuclear energy. Authorities there have selected a potential disposal site. They say the facility will be operational by 2025. German officials had decided on a location, but they put those plans on hold after Fukushima. Officials in the United States were considering a facility in Nevada, but those plans are also on hold, having been blocked by the Obama administration. Authorities in Japan intend to build the disposal facility, but have yet to decide on a location. Their counterparts in Finland are well on their way. The engineers have already started excavating an underground facility. NHK World Takashi Ando reports.
Deep below ground in Finland, workers are digging permanent disposal site for spent nuclear fuel. The work is taking place near Eurajoki, a small town about 200 kilometers from the capital, Helsinki. The government chose the site in 2000. That was after surveying about 100 locations around the country. The construction work is being done by a company set up by two Finnish power companies. The company is digging into hard bedrock 420 meters down. It says this is deep enough to protect the waste, even from another ice age. When they hit the bottom, they will dig horizontal tunnels to store the waste. The government plans to start burying nuclear waste in 2020 and continue for 100 years. The spent fuel will be taken from 7 reactors around the country. These canisters, made of cast iron and copper, will hold up to 12,000 tons of waste and are designed to resist corrosion. In 2120, the holes will be filled in and the land above restored to forest. Then the wait begins for the radioactivity to decay. 100,000 years.
We are considering the next coming 1,100 years.
The government chose this site because of the hard bedrock. It dug more than 50 tunnels to examine the ground structure. The survey found that this area has not experienced volcanic activity or a large earthquake for over 1 billion years. The Finnish government has taken a clear stand on nuclear waste. Countries that generate it should be responsible for its disposal. Eurajoki is a small town of just 6,000. The taxes paid by the nuclear industry account for 30% of its revenue.
If we have the disposal facility, we will be able to provide better services compared to other towns of our size. That includes healthcare, social security, education, and housing.
The Valtonens live about 20 kilometers from the plant site. Like many people in the area, they back the policy of being responsible for disposing of nuclear waste.
Finland has built nuclear power plants and is using them, so we need to build final disposal sites as well.
But how can the site's safety be assured so far into the future? Some people have doubts.
Hello.
Michael Madison is the director of Into Eternity, a documentary that raises hard questions about the project. One is communication. How do we warn people of the danger beneath their feet 100,000 years in the future?
And obviously, you see, when you go 100,000 years back in the past, we come to our ancestors in Africa. And we also cover, as we go along, our ancestors in Europe in the form of the Neanderthal man. It is difficult to explain to these people something with nuclear waste.
It is the first time in human history that we are producing something that has consequences for at least 3,000 generations into the future. You can say that nuclear energy is the epitome of human technological achievement. It stands on all our knowledge. At the same time, you have this kind of, you can say, darkness concerning this time span that you don't know how to deal with, really.
Finland is entering uncharted territory. Human technology has never been tested on such a time scale. And only time will tell if they have solved the problem of nuclear waste or simply covered it up. Takashi Ando, NHK World, Eurajoki, Finland.
Fancy first attention. This video could contain some kind of fake news. So-called Trump shit. This is a message from Fancy Software Trier. The video is going to be absolutely fantastic. The others did it first, so what? Dear Mr. President, this is our introduction video about our technology and work. Fancy software, it's going to be great. Plot twist, we totally disagree with America first. We like fair, decentralized and friendly systems. We need no borders, No wars and no lies. Fancy Software loves open source software, the world community and freedom. We're the best company in Europe. Believe us. All the others are losers. Awesomeness. From the oldest city in Germany indeed. Our data are safe in the center of Europe. We host our data in the biggest internet node, and encrypt them with German plat. They were weak like a baby. All Trumps by the way. It's